Hi, everyone. I was running all over the place here, looking in other directions. It looks like Facebook hasn't caught up anyhow. I don't know. I don't know if I'm on yet. There. Oh, there it goes. I just blipped and went a little nuts there on me for a moment. Hello, hello, welcome. It is Thursday, so guess what? It is Table Talk Thursdays. All right. Let me get myself set up here. Give me a sec, guys. Oops. Did I pin? Yeah, I pinned yours by accident, Will. Hello. I just pinned your comment by accident. There we go. I think I got it right now. All right. Hello, Will. Thank you, darling. Welcome, guys. Let me get my stuff up on my tablet here. Let's get us up on the tablet. Here we go. All right. Taking a minute. Great thing. It looked like Facebook hit it fast. Did you guys get the notifications? Or we're just raring to go and be here tonight. So Will said hello. I see there's four total. I never know with these numbers. Facebook, I don't trust Facebook with their numbers anymore. It's all whacked out. But anyhow, anybody else want to say hi to me? You don't have to, but I'd love to know you're here if you are. Hello, Loretta. Welcome. And so tonight is Table Talk Thursdays. We're going to talk about energetic unplugging. What a big deal that is, for sure. So, all right. It's really interesting because I said I don't know where we're going to even start tonight. I'm still not sure. Totally sure. I want to know. I'm going to put, you're welcome, Loretta. Will, I'm going to put you on the spot, darling, because this was your topic of choice. I know you asked for it a couple times. I know you were waiting for me tonight. I knew it. You were like right there. Woo! Just give me an idea, Will. For everybody too. This is interactive. If you're new to this, I like the comments. You ask me questions, general questions about the topic. This way, this stuff is for you guys. I'm here to teach you and help you in your journey. All right, so let's talk about energetic unplugging. Gosh, you guys, that has so many different ways we can look at it and so many different meanings. Hi, Jam, how are you? Welcome. So what was really interesting to me was I was just looking around a little bit for an image for the post. That's right, I was looking for an image for the post. And it was really interesting because I realized unplugging has a lot to do with electronics. I guess those are the campaigns out there or whatever. That's part of it, but we're going to look at the energetic part of this as human beings and spiritual beings. When, how, what, all that good business, and how we unplug from all of that energy, how that energy can affect us, and why it's important. And by the way, let me just answer this real super quick. Welcome. Hey, Anna, I'm so glad you're with us tonight, and I hope you'll stay. Tonight, you guys, it's Thursdays. Every Thursday is Table Talk Thursdays. What I do on Table Talk Thursdays is every week it's a different metaphysical, spiritual, or inspirational topic, other than the third week of the month, which is completely open Q&A on topics, any topic you want to ask about. But every week we choose a different topic, and tonight we're going to do energetic unplugging. Now, this is not about readings. I don't do readings. My readings are Wednesdays, every Wednesday at 11. I don't do readings on this Table Talk. 11 a.m. on Wednesdays, and also I do last minute ones. So no matter what, guys, go ahead and make sure you're following and liking my Elyse Ann Psychic page, and your notifications are set at favorites. That way you'll find out all about what's happening. You'll see all my posts, all right? And invite your friends on over, too. So, look, we are energetic beings. Everything is energy. Everything. If you have a doubt, I'm telling you, go back to 5th grade science, right? Hello, Teresa. How are you, darling? Go back to 5th grade science. We were taught everything is energy. Solid, liquid, how fast are those molecules, right? Vibrating, and that's what causes it. So we know everything's energy. Hi, Arkisha, how are you? I know it's so funny. I know sometimes people show up thinking it's readings tonight, and then they kind of, fall off. But that's okay. I wish they would stay, but hey, I'm glad whoever's here is here. By the way, you guys, go ahead and share this out. Tag some friends in the comments too. Let's bring them on in. The more the merrier. Hey, Delia, how are you? Delia, I'm sorry. Delia, I believe is how that's pronounced. Well, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Anna, can I do, let me know how long you're looking for, sweetheart. Just drop it in the comments real quick, and let me just see how long you're looking for. I probably can do it after the live, okay? Um, but let me know in the comments real quick. I don't want to take too much time from Table Talk, but we can set that up super quick. Um, Actually, I'm sorry, guys. You know what, Anna? Go to my website, ElyseAnnPsychic.com, purchase what length session you want, and we'll make it happen, okay? We'll do it after the live. All right? All right. Okay, back to the subject now. Okay, energetic unplugging. We are energy beings. And no matter how we shield ourselves, no matter what we think, or we're just going along in life, we are constantly, hi Saul, constantly, excuse me, bombarded by energy, guys. Even when we shield ourselves, even I know a lot of you have heard me. Hey, Debbie, nice to see you too. Hi, Jane. Welcome to Table Talk Thursdays. I'm so glad you're joining us. So we're bombarded by energy constantly. Whether we're aware and conscious of it or not, we are. Remember, we have an auric field, right? We have an aura. And that aura, oh, it's nice to see you too, darling. No worries about the typo. That aura is out from our bodies 3 to 5 feet normally. All right. So interesting that Spirit's bringing this up because they want me to share a story of the very first time, this goes back decades, that I was in a class and they said, check into your aura. Where's your aura right now? Like, pay attention. Where is it? How far out is it? What's happening? And this is going to be really important for a lot of you. Okay, pay attention to this. And I tuned in. I quieted my mind and I tuned in. Now, I was in a double-sized classroom, all right? It was at a store, metaphysical store, but it was a double-sized room. So they had the whole thing open. They had a double room open. I don't know why, but there weren't enough of us to fill, but that's the way it was set up. And when I tuned in to check into where my aura was, I filled in that whole double classroom with my aura, all my energy. It was laid out as far as it could go. And all of a sudden I was like, I didn't even know I did that. I didn't even know that's what I do. Now, this is part of the energetic unplugging. That is why I'm bringing it up. Okay? It is part of the energetic unplugging. And hey, Cindy Rose, nice to have you here. Thank you, darling, with your light and teaching. Thank you, sweetheart, from the heart. Yeah, that's what I try to do. All right, so what does that mean when this is the first step, really, in some ways, to unplug? Because if we're spread so far out, we're plugged into everything. No wonder we're exhausted. No wonder we can't think clearly. No wonder we don't have clarity. No wonder we can't make decisions. Yeah, it sounds dramatic, but it can affect it. And all of a sudden, I realized my energy was so far out that everybody was walking all over my energy. My aura, my energy, they were all in my energy field. And what happens, it's not necessarily that they walk through it, but we tend to interact and kind of mix a little bit. Okay, it happens in stores too. We're energetic beings, so we automatically communicate energetically first. So we are mixing our energies. So, Saul, I'm glad you're here to find out how to unplug. So first of all, one of the things I really want to strongly suggest is be conscious, aware of how far out you're allowing your aura to be. I'm not saying constantly look at it, but check into it. Find out what type of person you are like with those kind of situations. You may not even realize you're throwing your energy so far out. And it's going to be near impossible to unplug because you've got bits and pieces from everybody. And if you're still that far out, if you're anywhere that has other people or live with other people in your household, all their energy is going to be in yours. So, hey, Melissa and Opal, welcome. Glad you're joining us. So remember to be aware. Thank you for sharing this out, Opal. I appreciate it. Remember to be aware of that. That's one of the first steps. Now, if you will tune into yourself and your body also is an indicator It's the barometer, if you will. And so what's going on for you energetically? So many times we don't pay attention. Life gets so busy, and I know a lot of people, hey Martha, welcome. They push it aside. Oh, I don't have time for that. I don't have time to relax. I don't have time to unplug. I got to do this. I got to do that. Okay. So there are different forms of unplugging. Remember, I talked about in the beginning. So there's all kinds of ways to energetically unplug. Um, hey Sherry, how are you? Wondering, okay, let me go back in because I notice here that we've got some questions. Give me a second. Anna. Okay, sweetheart, I'll look for that. And then please do me a favor and message me your telephone number so I can make it quick and we can text or whatever, okay? Go to my Facebook business page, Elyse Ann Psychic. Go ahead after the live and drop your number in the call in a message to me, okay? And we'll make it happen tonight. Thank you, darling. Okay, Will, so when you're meditating, using your angels and constantly bubbling and focusing on healing, which is good, but when and how do we unplug and for how long? Okay, so I started kind of into that about your body being a signal too. And I want to say to Will's, oh, honey, you put it in the, okay, okay, that's fine. As long as you're comfortable having it out there to everybody. If you want to delete that and send it to me through Messenger, you can do that. I didn't intend for your phone number to be out there for everyone, darling. So however you want to do it, Anna, I'm sorry, sweetheart. All right, so every individual is different on how long. And that was part of where I was going. But let's look at how, well, let me write this down because I don't want to do the how yet because we're talking a little bit more about how we're affected in the different things. So how to unplug, we will definitely obviously get into that. All right. How long is individual? How long is going to vary? We all have experiences in our life, and depending what they are, will tell us how much. I mean, if we really have just a very traumatic or energy sucking, if you will, experience, we may need a little bit more time to unplug. What is our physical body telling us? Is your physical body tired? Are you lacking clarity in your brain? Are you losing your place? You're like, you can't remember things. Are you achy? Are you just not feeling good? Are you sensing something's off? Are you losing your balance a little bit physically? Okay, we're energetic beings, centering and balance. So there's no absolute as to when to unplug. The one thing I'm hearing from Spirit, because as you guys know, when I do this work, it's me talking, but Spirit channels, and they bring me messages, all right? It's about when we have had a huge energetic experience, okay? Maybe you've had a total awareness, an epiphany, an awakening, an ascension, we've had a traumatic experience, an upsetting experience. Those are all things that can really hit our energy hard. Because remember, even our emotions are energy, guys. So when you're starting to feel like you're not functioning quite right, or you're a little off kilter, a little off balance, you're struggling to remember things, you're struggling to really, things are not as clear, or you just can't, you're just kind of losing yourself. Those are all reasons and signals to stop. Now, people in my life that push and push and push and push, we're made from the same cloth, my sister and I, and I just had this conversation with her because we are the same cloth, and it's about reminding myself and her sometimes, we push hard, but we got to know when to stop. Or otherwise, what happens is, guys, if you're starting to feel yourself hit a wall, let's unplug before you hit that wall. There is nothing wrong with unplugging. Spirit won't go away. Spirit won't say, okay, you close the door, we're never coming back. None of that's going to happen. But what I can tell you is if you don't listen to your body and your energy and everything, all the signals that are coming through, even signs. Spirit can give you signs. Sometimes Spirit will kind of take us down if we're not listening. How many times in your life you've been so exhausted and you knew you were pushing it to the very tippy end, and you knew it, and you kind of in your head are saying, I probably should have stopped 3 days ago, that you get sick or you get hurt. So it's about being in awareness. That's part of it. Okay, let me move forward with some more of these. Let's see. How do you know how far you're throwing out your aura? Good question. Some of that is just sitting in a quiet space and focusing into your energy field and seeing, feeling, sensing, being shown, however you get your psychic information. The other thing is you will, and this is for everybody, we'll ask the question, but of course these teachings are for everybody. This is a general question. How do you know how far you're throwing it out? If you're feeling ill, if you're feeling tired, if you're feeling stretched out, if you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling any of these negative side of the emotions, or not the healthiest side of emotions, it's got to tell you something. Something is off balance. Something's off kilter. Something isn't correct in this. And look at your energy. Figure out why it's your energy. More than likely, it's because your aura is too far out and you're collecting bits of everybody else's energy as you go through. The other way you're going to be able to tell too is usually another indication that you're throwing your aura too far out is if you're, some of us are empaths. And if you're going along in life and all of a sudden out of nowhere, like you're happy, everything's great, and all of a sudden you just get so upset or so angry, but nothing has happened in your immediate world to cause that, I would check and see, wow, did I just pick up on somebody else's energy? And that usually means you're kind of like stretching it out a little too far. It doesn't always mean that, but that is an indication that that is what is happening. So be aware of yourself. Be aware of your emotions. Be aware of your feelings. Be aware of your physical feelings. It's just kind of, and quietly you can tune in. You can even ask your spirit team, under grace in a perfect way, easily and effortlessly, make it very clear how far out my energy field is, or how far, how much I need to pull it in, however you want to word it to your spirit team. I know each and every one of you are here because you're open to this. You want to learn how, you want to know how, and a lot of you already have the connection. You're just not necessarily always aware of it either, but it's also about developing. So hopefully that helps you a little bit. All right, Sherry, let me see. Okay, hi, Carissa. Hi, Amanda. I'm doing great. Hey, Amanda, just so you know, darling, tonight is Table Talk Thursdays. And so every Thursday I pick a metaphysical, inspirational, or spiritual topic, and we have a general conversation. You guys get to ask general questions. I teach, we interact, we share experiences. It's a lot of fun. My regular psychic mini reading lives are on Wednesdays, 11 a.m. I sometimes do last minute lives. I wake up, Spirit says do one, and I go okay. But also, hey, you can go to my website, ElyseAnnPsychic.com, and you can purchase a session, and we can do something privately one-on-one. Actually, Anna just did that tonight. We're going to do a private one-on-one right after this live, so we can do that too, darling. Okay, hey Tiffany, how are you? Hello. Okay, let me see if I okay. Okay, let me keep going into some. Okay, throwing it out. Okay, wondering how this energy connection works in relationships. Well, Sherry, I can go in a lot of different directions with that. And don't worry, Will, and everybody, we are going to talk about how to unplug. All right, we are going to talk about that, so don't worry about that. So, Sherry, how this energy connection works in relationships. Energy, the concept of energy and everything, on how it works and how we can help ourselves and everything. It's truth across the board. In other words, it can work in personal relationships, interpersonal relationships, relationship with self, boss, anybody. The thing when it comes to relationships, though, I think where we have an added piece here. Hold on a second. Thank you. And I'm going to address it. It's not just intimate relationships. It's not a partner, boyfriend, girl. Yes, that's part of it. It could be with best friends. It can be with family members. It can be with anybody. What happens is we tend to have a stronger connection, right? In those type of relationships, friends. They're not just a stranger. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. You have some sort of relationship connection. So sometimes our interaction in that energy space can be more intense. It's closer. It's more, I almost want to use the word compacted. That's what I heard from Spirit. So, it's kind of like okay. It's kind of like this is our personal space versus the public space. That's what I mean by it's closer and it's more intimate. Okay. So, and because we have the feelings and the emotions of care and concern, and we love this person or strongly like this person, we tend to be more invested, right? And so energetically we become more invested. And this is how we can start to unfortunately cord each other. It's lots of times because when we are in need, right? We're in trouble or in need, we tend to reach out to those we love the most. And so our bond is stronger to begin with. So sometimes it's not clear because it's closer, more intimate. Sometimes it lays on us as if it's ours a little bit easier, if that makes sense, because of our intimate connection. We don't have the walls up as much. We love that person. We openly accept their love and their energy, okay? So it makes us more susceptible to courting each other. What does that mean? When we're in need, energetically, we send out the message signal, but it's almost as if it's an energetic cord that's plugging into that person. Sorry, my hand got really close. Plugging into that person. That was a big close-up of my hand. There you go. And so it's like a reach out. It's like a SOS signal that we send out. The way you're going to know this, several different ways. I know for me, and I've had this especially with my sister from time to time, when you start hurting physically and you talk to that person a couple days later and you're like, yeah, this is hurting, my shoulder's hurting, whatever. And all of a sudden that other person goes, oh my gosh, my shoulder's hurting too. And then, we got to plug in. All right. Because we shared our energy. It's plugged in. It's powered into their energy. All right. That's one way. If you are overcome by emotions and you're not sure where it's coming from, usually it's someone in our inner circle that is plugged into us, or we sense they're in trouble and we send out the SOS to them. So lots of times it's when you're just not being able to place, where did that come from? What is that from? That's usually a signal to you that it's not yours. It's somebody else's that has stepped in, either plugged into you or energetically mixed with you. All right, and that's how it works in relationships. It can be a little tougher to separate out, a little tougher to understand, because of course, those that are nearest and dearest to us, we tend to have our heart more open, and we experience it more with them because we care even more. If that makes sense, I hope that made sense. Okay, so here we go. So Will says, so unplugging is basically self-time for yourself to get back to your inner harmony again, kind of like healing. Well, that is one part, but I just went through a whole nother part about unplugging. But it's energetic, but it's also, yes, you're right, that is one part of the unplugging, is time for self. Because if we're always out there, we don't have time to give our own energy to pull back and kind of come back and calm down, because we're constantly mixing with other energy. So some of the unplugging is some of the energy work I've just talked about, but also just quiet time on your own. The other thing to remember, we live in a digital world. So yeah, I talked about the unplugging from the digital world. That's a lot of, it was a whole campaign out there and everything. However, I'm going to look at it from a little bit of a different aspect. Let's look at the energetic aspect of that. A lot of people say unplug because, you want to go spend time with people and your mind and all this. It's not the most positive. But remember, it's all an energetic signal, too. So sorry, excuse me. The internet works on energetic, everything works on energetic pings, energetic pulses. So unplugging for yourself could include, up to you, but I would suggest probably once a week, at least an hour. Just unplug from all technology too. Take yourself away from the constant hit of those energies. Because you're not aware of it, I'm not aware of it. But it's just like radio signals, you guys. We're not, we don't see them. We don't consciously feel them. But how else could radio signals, work if there isn't some sort of pulsation, vibration of energy? Same thing with everything in our world, our cell phones, our tablets, everything, TVs, all energy. And this is something to pay attention to. Because I got to tell you guys, I don't know about all you. I'm hearing it from a lot of people, though. A lot of clients, a lot of my colleagues, but I can't speak for everyone. The energy out there is something else. I don't know how else to put it. And the fact of the matter is there is so much energy, and it is flying all over the place. This could be a whole, 2-3 hour conversation, because I can see what's happening, I'm feeling what's happening, I'm knowing what's happening, psychically. And so that's another reason to unplug. There's so much out there. And the level of intensity of this energy that's happening is high. Oh, no wonder all of us are feeling tired and, oh my gosh, what was that? And I don't feel so. This energy that's all around us is just wow. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm starting to put together my channel card message for tomorrow. I do Mondays and Fridays. I post a channel card message every Monday and Friday, and it talks a little bit about this. So you might want to make sure that you're following and liking my Elyse Ann Psychic page. Again, make sure though that your notifications are set to favorites or all. It's one of those two. Facebook likes to play around, so I'm not sure which one they're calling it now. That way you won't miss these things. It's all the things I offer you guys to help you along in your spiritual journey. So okay. Let's see. So what tools can I use to tighten up my aura? I think I have been throwing mine out way too far. All right, let me just make sure, Will, I got all the other questions before that. I think I did. All right. While I answer that. Oh, Cindy, you were responding. How? Energetic, static, high wire buzz. Yeah, again, that could be a whole another 2-hour live. The energy that's happening is, yeah. All right. All right. So let me ask you, Opal. You say how many aspects go into your aura? I'm trying to understand what you mean by aspects. I'm not sure exactly the question you're asking. If you wouldn't mind, and if you can, give me some clarity so I'm sure I'm answering your question appropriately. All right, darling. Okay. Will tighten up my aura. I want to use different languaging. Tighten is a good word, but it's not the exact energy I'd like to see related to that. Not sure why, it just doesn't feel quite the word. How about pull in? How about manage the reach? Okay, I don't know what it is about tighten. It just doesn't feel right to me energetically. I'm sorry, I can't really put it in words, but I'm an energy person and I experience the world fully. We all do, but I consciously experience the world energetically. Most times that's where I'm at. So I can't really explain it, but okay. So it's really a visual to pull it in. It's working with your team, your spirit team. I would also call in Archangel Michael. You guys, you know Archangel Michael is all about the energy. He's the shielder, the protector, the clearer of negative energy. So he's the man. Well, he's not really a man, but he's the one. He is my bestie, in the Archangel world all the time, because we are bombarded by energy. All right. Ask him to come in and help. All right. I'm going to say most times if you can just sit and visualize. It doesn't mean that you have to be clairvoyant. It just means visualization, just like we visualize other things. We dream about things. We can see it in our mind, right? It's the same thing. Just see yourself pulling it back in. And ask yourself and ask your energetic body and your soul and your spirit team to help you to discern what is an appropriate distance for your aura to be from your physical body. Usually it's naturally about 3 to 5 feet is where you want to be. I actually am hearing you probably don't even want to go, anybody, you don't want to go out as far as 5 feet anymore. The energy out there is none like we've ever experienced before. And all I can say, just as a positive though, this is very positive, so hear my words. This is very positive. Strap in, because the energy is going to get even more interesting. And I say that because, look, we're human. It's like, but you know what? From a spiritual place, you guys, this is awesome what's happening. All right? So we'll all be okay. Just hang in there. All right? So, Will says, do you just ask your spirit team, Divine Father? We started to answer this, but let me read the rest of it. Do you just ask your spirit team, Divine Father, or Universe, God, I am, whatever you call your creator, to cut a cord from someone if you realize you're corded? You can do it that way. A couple things I want to say about that, though, I'm really big. I know the cutting cords is the terminology, but to me that leaves something really major. So let me talk about that in a minute. You can ask your spirit team, Archangel Michael, Divine, whoever, you guys, the ones that you communicate with with that, is anybody you're drawn to. When I say anybody, I mean on your team, your angels, your God. Who do you feel pulled towards more? And maybe today it's your angels, tomorrow it could be a spirit guide. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying you can ask anybody you're comfortable with. Who do you resonate with mostly? All right? Or every time it might be different. I never know. I put it out there. I don't always say, hey, Archangel Michael. Well, lots of times when it's energy, I do. But I don't say, okay, my angels, or my spirit, or my spirit guides, or I just say, hey, spirit team. So I delegate it to my spirit team, and then they can decide which one of them wants to have the task. All right? Now, let's talk about the word, the terminology, cut cords. And you're welcome, Sherry. You're welcome, darling. Cut a cord. I know that's a very popular way that people say it out there. The thing is, yes, you can cut a cord, but what's very, very, very important, and I just want to bring this up. You may already be doing it when you cut cords, but we have here. Actually, I'll bring my phone cord into the mix. It's kind of long. Hold on. Okay, so, I'm sorry. I got a long one. Okay, so here's one side of the plug. Here's the other side of the plug, right? And they're both plugged in, right? Okay. So they're both plugged in. If we cut this cord down here, right? They're still plugged in. All we did was now we made it 2 cords instead of 1. So what I'm trying to say is, when we cut cords, it's great to cut it, but we have to be darn sure that we're pulling the plugs out of both connections and sending it to the universe, to the white light, to be transmuted. That's the biggest thing that I have about cutting cords. Okay? We have to remember that we have to do all the steps. And I really honestly don't know if you know that or not, but I'm a stickler about certain things because of the way energy works. And I know how it can affect us. So cutting cords is great, but cutting isn't where it ends. We have to make sure that we unplug it and send it to the white light universe to be transmuted. All right, that's why I'm funny about the words cutting cords. Unplugging. Just make sure you're taking both sides out, because it's plugged to you and it's plugged to whoever else it is. And cutting it only separates, it still, there's a plug in you from that person. Hope that made sense. Wise advice. Thank you, Cindy Rose. Thank you, darling. All right, so Loretta, we have unplugged from all the electronics and away from negative auras of other people. How do you lower that energy even more? I have CRPS and unable to sleep and in severe pain most of the time. I am so sorry. The steps to complete with love. Thank you for that reminder, Cindy Rose. I usually mention that. Loretta, give me a second. Thank you for that, Cindy Rose. Yes, I usually mention it when I teach that, and it slipped my mind. When we do the unplugging, cutting cords, unplugging, disconnecting, okay, always with love, never with anger. Because I'm going to tell you something. We're energetic beings, and I'm going to tell you, 99.99999% of the people don't even know they're doing it. They don't know that they're stepping all over your aura. They don't know that they're smashing you with energy as you're walking past them in the store. They don't know that they plugged into you. Okay, so yes, thank you, Cindy. Beautiful reminder. Always with love. All right, no anger allowed in this. No fear, no anger, no nothing. Just always with love. All right, thank you, Cindy. Rose, that was awesome. All right. Loretta, when you have unplugged from, in a severe pain, okay. How do you lower that energy even more? Okay, give me a second. Lower is a funny word for me too. We don't necessarily want to lower energy. I know what you're trying to say, and why am I, guys, I just want you to understand there's a reason that I'm not trying to pick on you or nitpick your own words, but remember, guys know by now, I'm a stickler when it comes to energy and vibration and words. Because even though we may mean something, the actual vibration of the word may mean something else to the universe because they take it as the pure vibrational signal. Okay? They don't take all of our nuances to figure it out. All right? That's why I'm a stickler about wording because I can tell where it sets in the energy. So, not a good word. Well, it's not that it's not a good word, and good and bad is a judgment thing. It's just maybe we have a more appropriate word. Let's do that. I like that. Okay, honey? So, how do we unplug even more? How do we get ourselves, maybe into out of the monkey mind and thinking about these things and all that energy? Some of it is because these are people we love and because we're energy sensitive. We may just keep that energy going. What I'm going to say is, one of the things, it seems kind of logical, but I'm going to say it anyhow. Actually, I'm hearing, and this is for everybody, even though it's directly, Loretta asked it. But Loretta, this is really, really, really clearly for you too. So, breathing. Focusing on your breathing. Get a rhythmic pattern going. That's going to start to bring your energy down some. It's going to start to allow your energy to kind of calm down. And that'll allow you to pull it back into you and into the space, okay? Hopefully that'll help you some, darling. I hope that helps you. Okay, so how to unplug? We've gone through a lot of these different ways. But let's look at this again as to how do we unplug. I'm going to say practice is going to help. Excuse me, guys. I'm quite thirsty. Some Reiki meditation before bed. Excellent, Loretta. And I think you're going to find that as you do that, things are going to start to come down and you're going to start to relax. And it is also healing. Somebody asked something about healing. That was you, Will. Kind of like healing. Okay. Inner harmony again. Well, yeah, that's a big part of it. And, guys, I'm a firm believer that we can heal in a lot of different ways. Do a lot of different healing. Even you guys being here tonight, whether you realize it or not, is a form of healing. Because you're opening up to different ways to help yourself. And that is helping ourselves to heal. That's what I love about what I do. My readings are healings. I am a healer, Reiki master teacher, and energy healer. I do offer those services. But even in my psychic sessions, there's a lot of healing that's going on. So it's very, very cool. All right. Will says, I appreciate your teachings. You are the teacher. I am the student. Thanks for helping me use the proper wording because I know how important it is. I'm so grateful and thankful for all your teachings. Can't talk tonight. Thanks for gifting me your time. Absolutely, sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you for all your beautiful and kind words. And each and every one of you. I so appreciate you. I know I end my lives with that. I hope you all know everything you guys do for me, all your support, showing up, sharing it out. Hey, and by the way, invite your friends over to my page. Let's get more people. Look, guys, I got a mission. And my mission is to help this world and the people in it. And I got a lot of people I got to talk to. I'm not saying that from ego. I'm not saying that from anything but what Spirit has told me. I have to people have to learn, they have to grow, they have to understand. That's my mission. So help me get out there, all right? Share me with your friends. All right. So, how else can we unplug? So we talked about the meditation. We talked about all this energy work. But now we're going to talk about a little something different in a sense. How do we energetically unplug? How about you turn on some music and just dance? Unplug from the world. You're in the space. You're just listening to music. You're enjoying. Sing. Read a book. Make sure it's a topic that's loving and gentle. And okay, there are all kinds of ways we can unplug. All right? It doesn't have to be a chore. It doesn't mean that we have to pull away and miss out on something. Go into nature. That's a beautiful way to unplug. You're plugging in a different way, yes, but the energy it's natural. It's nature. It's the universe. It's the universal energy. We don't have all the people and their junk and their stuff lying around. Okay, so nature is another way that you can unplug. Okay, if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense, though, too, doesn't it? See, guys, I get this information from Spirit, so I'm getting a lot of this psychically. I mean, I know it, too, but I'm getting it psychically. So when some of those things come out, all of a sudden my mind goes in after I get it psychically. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Logically, it does make sense, too. So, is courting bad? That's my healing. Awesome, Delia. I love it, going out in nature. A lot of people do a lot of healing in nature. It's awesome. Is courting bad? All right, remember I'm a stickler for words. Personally, I don't believe in good or bad because to me they'll sit in the space of judgment. That's just me, guys. Believe me, I'm not judging you guys at all for the words you use, okay? I am self-taught. I come from a very, very, very negative household. So I have evolved and grown to this point but you'll sometimes hear the words slip out of my mouth. I'm human. I'm still working on it. But I don't think that anything is good or bad. I think it just is. I can say that courting is not a positive thing to do. That's the way I want to word it. It's not healthy because we're not meant to court. We're not meant to plug in. We're meant to coexist, but we're not meant to plug in, if that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense. If not, I'll go a little further with it. All right? But we really, it's not the healthiest. And there are ways to be in relationships and there are ways to love very deeply without being courted. Even if we have a partner, a lover, whatever it is, let's say you're married, whatever, living with somebody, committed. We are very energetically connected with that person, but it doesn't mean that we have to plug in. It means that we are sharing our energy. It's like a flow, you know? And that's not necessarily what we don't want to do it to that level. We share energy, we share some energy, our energy touches, it might mix a little bit. Plugging in is a whole nother ball game. That's full on. I'm taking your energy and you're taking my energy. That's usually what plugging is about. We don't want to take anybody's energy. We may want to share in the energy, right? It's a partner. Of course we want to share in the energy, but we don't want to take. That's the difference. It really is a current. It's just like plugging in an appliance. Once you're plugged in, it's got a current going to it. Okay, it's great for appliances, but not for us, not for spiritual or human beings. We want to mix, we want to mesh, maybe a little bit, but we don't want to plug in. All right. Dale, my love, she's sitting at the beach, you guys. Okay, we're all saying, how lucky is Dale? She's recharging, she's charging herself up. That's awesome, Dale. And by the way, I'm so glad you're here, Dale. Thank you, thank you. Delia says, I'm working hard on wording and is very important, makes a difference. It absolutely does. It absolutely does. And it's the same, any energy, you guys. See, this is all, oh, now I know why this is coming up so much. All right, thank you, Spirit. Part of why it's important to watch our words and to start to be aware of some of these words is when we put them out there, the intention is, the word is heard. And whether we mean something or not, energetically, it's going to create at some point to some degree or another. Okay, so if we're worried about somebody, some of our languaging could cause us to plug in. We can be concerned. We would want to help them. All right, I hear you. They just keep talking to me. The thing about plugging in, guys, when we plug in, we're trying to carry it for someone else. Or they are, without realizing it. We do not court each other on a conscious level. At least most of us don't. Okay? Or we're trying to take that other person's energy to try and help us. Okay? We're plugging in to try and usually it's help me, I need something. And it's a pull. It's a taking. And again, this is not, nobody does this on a conscious level, guys. When I call my sister and she's like, oh my gosh, my left ankle, whatever it is, whatever. If it's not like it happens all the time. I'm just saying, we've had, over the years, this has happened for us because we're so close. She goes, oh, my ankle, I don't know. I think I hurt it. I'm like, which ankle? It's the left one. I'm like, oh my gosh, 2 days ago, my ankle started hurting. Stop courting. We do without realizing it because we do turn to the ones that are closest in our life to help us, right? So, all right. So wording definitely is a big part of it. We can love, support, and help without plugging in to somebody trying to take energy, okay, or somebody trying to take energy from us. All right. So I think I have caught up on all questions, comments. Let me just look because sometimes my tablet and Facebook show different things. All right. So about 10 minutes left. I'm going to ask Spirit if there's anything else they want me to share tonight. While I'm doing that, if anybody else has another question, comment, or therefore whatever. I don't even know why I said it that way. Whatever you think let me know. Okay, now's the time. We may end early, but I say that sometimes and all of a sudden Spirit takes us right to it, right to the very end. I am looking to see... Okay, so next week, guys, if there's any particular topics you would like covered, let's go ahead and drop it in the comments now. This is what I do. If you're here and you listen, you get to help choose some of the topics we cover. Because guess what, guys? I spent 8 years teaching these workshops at the community college, along with many other years, and privately, and groups, and centers, and, I've had my experiences through my clients and my own experience. So I know this stuff, guys. This is for you. This is the way I be of service. This is what I give of free and freely. It's a way, I try to give. All right. So this is for you. So if there is a topic, drop it in the comments. Let's see if we can get it on the schedule. All right. So Loretta says, had been trying to carry my ex and realizing now that it was unhealthy courting. Awesome! Congratulations, Loretta! That's exciting. You've gotten into the awareness now. You've noticed it. You're in that awareness, and now you can start shifting it, detaching, unplugging, whatever it is. That's beautiful. Isn't courting love like with my children? No, my dear, I'm sorry to say, very truthfully, no. We're not to court those that we love, even our children. We're not to take anybody's energy, nor are they to take ours. That's what courting does. There's a huge difference between courting and protecting and raising our children, or shielding and raising our children. Some of us as parents will court because we're fearful, we think it's the way it's safe, or we think that's the way we show them love. We can show them love outside of our energies plugging in or courting. That's not the way we're meant to be. We're meant to be energetic beings in and of ourselves. We're meant to share a little energy, mix through a little energy, but we are not to plug in, because that's an energetic suck, if you will. Okay, it sucks the energy. It is not a healthy way of doing it. I understand the idea and the feeling and kind of where that comes from. I'm a mother too. My children are adults now, but I understand it, but it's a different thing. And that's why energy is so nuanced and can have so many different effects, positive and not so positive. All right, it's all these nuances that occur and all the, as I teach more and more, I keep, it's a big ball, you guys, and it's all it's like the big, what do they call it? What do they call? Oh my gosh, it just went like, the internet highway or what. I mean, that's a lot of how all this works. Excuse me. So every piece runs into each other piece. Don't get overwhelmed or discouraged by that, because each of us has to start somewhere. And no matter where, if this is your very first step or your millionth step, whatever it is, it's okay, because you're all here to grow. And I don't know about you, but I think our life is all about continuing, not every single second, but our purpose here is to grow and learn and ascend and enlighten. Okay? So it's about just taking our steps and moving ourselves down that journey. And just let me let you all know, don't try to hit perfection in this. Don't try and get every single thing, if you might say, right. I don't really use those words. Right and wrong don't exist for me either, but in your mind, probably a lot of people do think that way, and that's okay. We're indoctrinated that way, to think that way. We're born and raised that way. But we're here on Earth to learn and grow. So we're imperfect. I'm going to tell you, once we got, let's say to that, you think you're going to hit that perfection or what have we. I'm going to tell you, once we've accomplished what we've needed to accomplish in this lifetime, it's done. We transition and we either stay in spirit or we decide to reincarnate again. So what I'm trying to say is, don't search for perfection. You will, I almost want to use that saying. I'm not going to use this. I don't like that saying. You'll never hit it. You'll never hit it. We're perfectly imperfect human beings, so give yourself that grace. All right? That's one of the most important things. Don't try to be perfect. Don't try and take it all on at once. Don't try and change everything at once. You will, bury yourself. You will not be able to do it. It is a journey. All right? So I'm saying that to encourage all of you, so you don't get overwhelmed. You don't go, I messed it up. Why should... No, it is, 3 steps forward, 1 step back. It's all a journey and a process. And the other thing, I know I'm kind of veering slightly, but Spirit keeps feeding this, telling me this, communicating this. Just remember too, guys, as you work this, everything that you work, some of you are with me every week learning, and you're on all my lives, and you reach out for, to me for reading, all, private readings, and we will slip. We think we've moved forward, and I don't mean to sound discouraging, but there's a positive side to this, and this is what I'm getting to, so hear it all. We will slip. We're human. But guess what's beautiful about that? Instead of getting angry or mad at yourself or berate yourself or give up or whatever it is, understand it's not about the fact that they're trying to show you failed or something like that. It's that you've made progress, and now Spirit's saying, okay, we got a little something extra over here to work on in that area. I like to call it the crumbs. We wiped the whole table. We moved forward on that, but unfortunately we missed some crumbs. So when we have a setback, or we have a step back, setback, whatever you want to call it, remind yourself it's a beautiful gift. It's a signal. Hey, there's something more here that I can heal and work through. All right? Remember that, guys. I've walked the journey. I know all about it. I know the setbacks. I know how it feels. I know all of it. I don't look at it that way anymore. I let go of that probably a year and a half, 2 years ago. I finally realized. I've been working this journey for a long time. There were lots of bits and pieces for me, and I finally, like totally, like I've been working on it, but finally I'm like, you know what? It's a beautiful gift instead of getting a little like, oh gosh, So look at it from the positive side. All right. Oh, hey Ruth, how are you? Okay, let me look at Will. So basically, worry about our own journey and let others worry about their own journey, and that is not courting us. Yeah, worry is a funny word. Like worry is in the negative spot. It shows fear. So what I'm going to suggest is this. Let's take the word worry out of it. And you know what I suggest to each and every one of you? Instead of worrying about anybody, send their angels and send love and light. Ask their team to be with them and help them. Now, we can support them. We can be there to listen to them. We can physically show up and support them. We can send them love. We can have conversations with them. Okay? But let's take worry out of there because it doesn't belong in the positive side of creation. Because that's our fear stepping in. That's our mind and our ego saying, oh my God, be scared, be worried. It's not going to work out. That's our ego. All right? Hopefully. Don't you just love my... Sometimes I look at myself making these faces. I'm like, that's interesting. I'm very expressive, in case you haven't figured that one out. All right. So, hi, Ruth. How are you, darling? Cindy Rose says, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and start all over again. My motto is 60 plus years. All right, girlfriend. Awesome. It is simply a detour, and it is a big sign, a big blessing, actually. Because Spirit's saying, hey, look what we're showing you. We're giving you where you need to go work on a little bit more. You made it this far. You cleared it out. Let's clean up the little corners. All right? Very cool. Well, since I had a setback in September, so I'm in a period of learning. Yep. Yes. Our setback, look, I can't speak for everybody in every single setback. Just remember, well, I kind of can. Remember, they're not really setbacks. They're opportunities. And Spirit will take us there. I know I just had mine in August. You guys know the story. Oh, yeah. Huge setback. Well, I don't even want to say huge experience that created a situation where, wow. Okay, I'll leave it at that. But, it is all about growth. I definitely am very aware what occurred for me and the whole heck of a situation that happened. I've changed just in the short period of time. Gosh, I'm a very different person, and I can feel the energy shifting, and I know they're in there doing all kinds of things. So yes, it is usually a period of learning and growing. There you go, Will. Exactly. Isn't that what it's all about? Guys, look, this journey, sometimes I gotta admit, and I'm sure you've hit it to where I'm like, what did I sign up for? Are you kidding me? But then I stop and I go, okay, I know it's what's meant to be. I know Spirit's got my back. Ouch. But okay. And there's a reason. And what I do, guys, no matter what it's about, I work on, and I put myself in a position, in a space where I tell myself, on the other side of this, I know good things are coming. Because we're not put through these situations just cause. And whether it's healing, an epiphany, an awareness, ascension, growth, a habit we have to shift, whatever it is. All right? So when things happen in your life, I know it's a little bit off the, you know me, I just follow where they go. And they want you to hear this. When things happen in life, yes, have your human, have your human emotions, have your human reaction. Absolutely. I absolutely support that because guess what? We're human too. And we have to acknowledge that reality. And it's going to be the step we need to take in order to move past it. Okay, we have to acknowledge it and process it, okay? And then just remind yourself, there is a reason and Spirit knows why. And I will just do my best to go with the situation, work through it. And on the other side, we'll see where we'll see what flowers grow. All right? So, let's see. I have learned so much in the past 4 months because of it. Yes, yeah, past 4 months. September was only last month. Okay, whatever it is, you've learned a lot in the last 4 months. I'm sorry, I'm trying to put it together in my head. Thank you so very much. I truly needed this positive vibes. Awesome, Will, awesome. Ruth says, I love growing and learning. Life is so beautiful, even when we go through the tough times. Absolutely, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful perspective, and it is going to make it easier. It doesn't mean we like it, guys. It doesn't mean we're going, oh, yay, isn't this fun? No, it's just weeks. Oh, you meant 6? Okay, 4 weeks. Okay. It doesn't mean we're loving it, but it means that we're honoring the process and we're understanding there is a purpose to it. And we're excited on the fact that we know on the other side of this, we're going to grow, learn, and life is going to be even better. All right? So, with that being said, I think that's a lovely place to close out our live. Don't say months. You said months, Will. I didn't. I was just reading your comment, darling. I was like, that doesn't add up for me. All right, so nobody commented about what kind of topics you want for next week. So if you want to drop me a message or you want to comment now, hey guys, this is for you. All right, so let me know. And tell your friends about this. Let's get the word out. I mean, I'm giving free teachings here. People used to pay a lot of money to learn this stuff from me. So, let's get more people on board. Let them take advantage of it. Look, guys, yeah, this is the way I earn an income, absolutely. But I also know I have a purpose and a mission. And the more people that can find out about me, the more people I can help. It's really that simple. Whether it's the free services and offerings I give, whether they pay me, eventually, hopefully, I get that. But still, I have a mission. And the word has to go out there, guys. You got to help me help everybody, please. So, anyhow. All right. I'm going to say to all of you, thank you for being here tonight, for all your support, sharing me out, comments, interacting with me, your suggestions, everything. You're all beautiful souls. Remember that every day. You are all beautiful, beautiful souls. I am so grateful to have each and every one of you in my life and share this experience with me tonight. So I am sending much love, many blessings, lots of gratitude to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being with me. I love you all. Have a great evening, morning, or afternoon, depending upon where you are in the world. Take good care of yourselves. We'll see you real soon. Bye, guys.